the naked boot part of the red zone package for you?
I thought it looked pretty good. No, Clint it was third and goal from the 1, and we were running power, and that backside edge on 3rd and 1, and the low red area is probably going to collapse, and me and Clint were kind of, on the headset in the huddle. You feel like that edge is closing down, and you feel like it's tight pre-snap. Give a really good fake and get to the front pylon.
Is that something you don't tell the running backs?
I didn't tell anybody. Yeah. I kind of just was like in my mind, this is what we're gonna do, and I'm at that point. It's all on you. Get in or you don't.
Jake, I know you obviously went through the proper procedures, but was there any doubt in your mind that you wouldn't be back at practice right at the procedure?
Yeah. So the doctor, obviously everything. She did a great job, Dr. Sharma. She did a great job. Had a 2-centimeter hold. Had to go a little deeper. Everything's taken care of. But she put 32 stitches, as I was telling Nick the other day, in my cheek, and just basically wanted to sew it a little tighter. She didn't want me to practice Wednesday through Friday, just because she thought if I had too much blood flow or my heart rate got too high, my stitches would kind of burst, and it's a whole nother nightmare you're dealing with. So she looked at me and told me that I wasn't going to be able to practice, and I looked at her, and she put a couple extra in there, and put some steri strips on for the game, and made it happen. It's a long way from my heart.
How does it feel at this point?
It feels great. I think it's, 10, 11 days from when she did it. Feels great. It's a little sore still. I'm doing some laser and stuff on it just to try to help the wound heal a little faster. But other than that, I'll have a little scar there, and hopefully it fades over time. But just trying to take care of it and just close it up, and off away we go.
Where do you feel like you've made the most progress this summer?
I was telling Nick earlier, I feel like diagnosing what's happening and how I need to process things. I feel like when you get more and more comfortable in the system, in the protections, what the offensive line is making in protection, you start seeing things a little faster, and you can get to your progression a little quicker. I feel like the people we have down here that have been taking care of me have been really doing a good job of keeping my arm, where it needs to be. Doc Ray's been doing a really good job. I feel, twitchy. My arm feels loose. I feel like I've been throwing it more accurate. And I think one thing I'll credit Janoko here. My feet feel so much more controlled. I feel like my feet are twitchy, and sometimes I'd get outside of my framework. But I feel like my feet are within the progression, within the timing, within the rhythm of this offense. And when you diagnose it, you get on task faster. You're accurate.
He's listen to your feet.
He's a listen to your feet. He is an awesome dude. He brings great energy every single day, no matter what. And he has really pushed me on that. And I give him a ton of credit for the way he's handled it and the way he's pushed me. Sometimes you're not going to love it all the time, but that's what great coaches do. They tell you everything you need. And he's done a great job of harping it on me, and I feel like we've listened to it and we've made some progress.
The amount of movement that you guys do as a quarterback group, just in the moves and rollouts.
Yeah.
What do you think of that in this offense? And how does it help you?
Yeah, just as far as how I feel about it.
Yeah.
I feel like for me that kind of fits what I do, right? Like I like to, and I think also it helps the offensive line. Changing the launch point, not having stagnant sets for them, keeping us in the A gap, the B gap, moving us outside of the pocket, quick game, firm sets, like you name it, we're doing it. And I think that really keeps the defense off balance. And I think, when we show up in the regular season, you guys will start to see more of that. I think as for me, it just kind of fits what I can do as a player. Love play action pass, love getting on the perimeter. I feel like throwing on the run is my strength. And then obviously going through pure progression, especially as a young player. You go through pure progression offense, you might not always know what the picture looks like, but if you're going through a pure progression, you just throw it to the open guy. It's a little easier said than done, but it helps us process things.
And then, we obviously talked a lot about what Clint has done, teaching all the offense and harping on the details, but when you had him in your ear as a play caller, what was kind of your impression of it?
Yeah, I thought he handles himself with poise. He's never too high, never too low. And the biggest thing, I will say, credit to him and credit to the staff, when they showed up and when we got here in April, we've probably gone through that entire install, 6 heavy install pages or packets, probably gone through it 6 times, 7 times. So I've heard it six times by now. So I feel so comfortable, or light years ahead of where I was in the spring, and just can feel like I can go out and operate and do things at a high level.
Look forward to going back to the Bay Area. And
I'm looking forward to go back to the Bay, but I told Aaron I am fired up to get back to Louisiana. I was telling Derek too. I mean, like, feels like I haven't been there in 2 or 3 months. Go be, back in front of the fans. Have a couple open practices. Have them feel the energy and what this offense can bring, and just let them know we appreciate them, right? And let them know that we're excited to be back, excited to go win some games.
Jake, it feels like it was 118 today.
Wow. Well, I went to Fresno. Fresno State, probably 110, 112.
It's a drive.
Yeah, it's all right. A little heat. Adversity is good for you. It only makes you better. Anyone else?
Thanks a lot,
Thanks,
Jake.
Jake.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys.
You're not gonna